Mr. Speaker, I yield 4 minutes to the gentlewoman from Hawaii, the sponsor of the resolution, Ms. Mazie Hirono.
Gentlelady is recognized for 4 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the gentleman for yielding. Aloha. I rise today in support of H-Con Res 80, which would authorize the use of Emancipation Hall in the Capitol's Visitor Center for the 40th annual Kamehameha Day lei draping ceremony. And of course, I encourage and invite all of my colleagues to join us in this ceremony. I would like to thank Chairman Brady for his leadership and for allowing this bill to be brought forward in an expeditious manner. I would also like to thank the co-sponsors of this bill, my fellow Pacific Island delegation members, Congressman Abercrombie, Congressman Faleo Mavaega, Congressman Bordello, and Congressman Saban for their support. The Kamehameha Day lei draping ceremony has been hosted by the Hawaii Congressional Delegation and the Hawaii State Society of Washington, D.C. since 1969. The ceremony has been held on or about June 11th to coincide with the celebration of Kamehameha Day, a state holiday in Hawaii. This year, the event in D.C. will be held on Sunday, June 7th. While the Kamehameha Day lei draping ceremony has been held for decades, with the Kamehameha statue being moved to Emancipation Hall, a concurrent resolution must be passed to authorize the use of this space for this year's ceremony. Why do we celebrate and acknowledge King Kamehameha I? He was the first monarch to unify the Hawaiian Islands and was the living embodiment of a leader. Born in 1782, Kamehameha I was daring, visionary, strong, and courageous. Not just the kind of courage you find on the field of battle, but the courage to forgive others for the greater good of all. As a young man on the island of Hawaii, Kamehameha participated in a raid and surprised 2 local fishermen who then attacked him with a paddle, leaving him for dead. These same fishermen were presented to Kamehameha for judgment for this act 12 years later, as Kamehameha was then a young chief. He could have sent them to their deaths with the slightest utterance, but he did not. Instead, he blamed himself for attacking innocent people and astonishingly gave the fishermen gifts of land and set them free. History records this act as a basis for the law of the splintered paddle, a law which provided for the safety of non-combatants in wartime. It is a law that undoubtedly saved many lives during Kamehameha's later unification of all of the Hawaiian Islands. While this may have seemed like a simple gesture of kindness, this act took real courage and vision. As king of all Hawaii, Kamehameha appointed governors for each island, made laws for the protection of all his people, planted taro, built houses and irrigation ditches, restored important cultural sites, encouraged industries like farming and fishing, managed the island's natural resources, and entered into trading agreements with other nations. The flag design he ordered for his kingdom later became the seal of the state of Hawaii. He would rule until 1819. I'd like to close by thanking the staff of the Committee of House Administration, the Office of the Architect of the Captain at Arms, who have been real partners in making this annual event possible for these many decades. Mahalo nui loa. I yield back the balance of my time.